Hey guys, this is our team and player showcase for NHL North American Florida Panthers. And first up, we have Jonathan Huberdeau. Overall average is a 91, with potential being elite. And his attributes. His play style is a playmaker, or player type, I should say, is playmaker. Here, his physical is his weakest attribute at 3 stars. Skating is 4.5, and everything else is a solid 5 stars. And next up, we have Alexander Barkov with the overall average of 90, potential being elite, and onto his attributes. His player type is a two-way forward, and his weakest being his skating and physical at a 4-star rating. Everything else is a solid 5-star. Here we have Keith Yandle with the overall average of 86. His potential is top 4D. And his attributes. His player type being an offensive defenseman, and his weakest being his physical at 3 stars, defense and shooting at 4-star rating. We also have skating at a 4-star. Senses are at a 4.5, and his puck skills are full 5-star. And here we have Aaron Ekblad, overall average of 86, with his potential being elite. And onto his attributes. His player type is a two-way defender, and his weakest attribute being shooting at a 3.5-star rating. We have his skating and senses and physical at a 4-star. Also, his puck skills are 4-star, and his defense is 4.5. Here we have Evgeny Dadonov with the overall average of 86, and his potential is top 6F. Here are his attributes, his player type being a sniper, and his lowest being defense and physical at 3.5 stars. His senses, his skating are at a 4-star, and shooting is a 4.5. And finally, his puck skills are a full 5-star. Next up, Mike Hoffman. Overall average of 85, with the potential being elite. And his attributes. Player type is a sniper, and the weakest attributes being defense and physical at a 3.5-star rating. His skating, senses, and shooting are at a 4-star level. Also, his puck skills, 4-star level. Here we have Eric Halla, overall average of 82. His potential being top 6F. And his attributes. Player type being a playmaker. His weakest attributes being defense and physical at a 3-star rating. We have his senses, shooting, puck skills, and skating at a 4-star. And up next, Anton Stralman. The overall average of 82. Potential being a top 4D. And his attributes. His player type is a two-way defender. And his weakest stat being senses and physical at a 3-star rating. Defense is a 4-star. Skating, shooting, and puck skills are at 3.5. Here we have Michael Matheson with the overall average of 81. Potential being a top 4D. And here are his attributes. His player type is a two-way defender. And lowest attribute is his senses at a 3-star. His shooting, puck skills, and offense are 3.5. His skating and physical are 4 stars. Here we have Brett Connolly with an overall average of 81. His potential is top 9F. And onto his attributes. His player type is a sniper. Let's check out his stats. Weakest stat being his senses at 3 stars. We have his skating, shooting, puck skills, defense, and physical, all at a 3.5. Next up is Noel Acciari, overall average of 80, and his potential bottom 6F. Onto his attributes. We have his player type being two-way forward, and weakest being his senses and puck skills at a 3-star. Shooting, physical, skating, and defense are all at 3.5. Here we have Frank Petrano, the overall average of 80. Potential is top 9F, and his attributes. His player type being a two-way forward, and weakest stat being puck skills, defense, and senses at a 3-star. His shooting, skating, and physical are all at a 3.5. Up next is Lucas Wallmark with the overall average of 80. Potential is top 9F, and his attributes. Player type being a playmaker, his weakest attributes being physical at a 2.5-star rating. His puck skills, senses, and shooting are at 3 stars. Defense being at 3.5, and skating is a 4-star. And here we have Brian Boyle, the overall average of 79. Potential is top 9F, and these are his attributes. So player type is a power forward, and lowest stats being puck skills and senses at 2.5 stars. Shooting at 3 stars, his skating and defense are at 3.5 stars, and his physical is a full 5-star. And here we have Mark Messiak. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but moving on. His overall average being a 79, and potential is top 4D. Onto his attributes. Player type is a defensive defenseman, and the weakest stat being senses at a 2.5 star. We have his puck skills and shooting at 3 stars, and we have physical and his defense at 3.5. And last, his skating at a 4-star rating. And here is Colton Scaviour, overall average of 79, and potential is top 9F. And moving on to his attributes. His player type is a two-way forward. Weakest stats being puck skills, defense, senses, and shooting at 3 stars. His skating and physical are at 3.5. Up next, Mackenzie Egar with the overall average of 78. His potential is top 6D. And onto his attributes. His player type being a two-way defender. Lowest attribute is puck skills at 2.5, and also senses at 2.5. His defense and his shooting are at 3 stars, and his skating and physical are at 3.5. Here we have Josh Brown with the overall average of 77. Potential being 7th D, and his attributes. His player type being defensive defenseman, and lowest attribute being his senses at 2 stars. His puck skills are at a 2.5 star. His skating and shooting are at 3 stars. And his defense and physical are at 3.5 stars. Here we have Riley Stillman with the overall rating of 76, potential top 6 deep, and his attributes. His player type is defensive defenseman, and his lowest attribute being puck skills at 2 stars. His census are 2.5, shooting and defense are at 3 stars, and skating and physical are at 3.5 stars. And last, we have Dominik Toninato, overall average being a 75, and potential is bottom 6F. Here are his attributes. His player type is a two-way forward, and the weakest stats being puck skills, senses, and defense at 2.5 stars. Skating, physical, and shooting are all at 3 stars. And that was our team and player showcase for NHL North American Florida Panthers.